What comes to your mind when you think of how Nigeria works? Is it the same old BS we were taught in school? Democracy, federalism, government of the people for the people, and all of those other meaningless jargons we were forced to memorize but couldn't actually relate to because they didn't and don't actually mean anything to us. So how about this? How about you forget everything you've crammed in school for a second and look into the actual world and examine events as they unfold right in front of you? How about you flip through news pages and assimilate stories as they develop? Can you do this and say with your chest that you really understand how Nigeria works? Does Nigeria even work? If you forget everything you've crammed in school for a second and look into the actual world and examine events as they occur right in front of you, if you stop for a moment and flip through the news pages, assimilate stories as they develop, there is one thing you realize above all others. It doesn't matter whether you believe Nigeria works or not. The simple truth is that Nigeria can and should and must work better. It has to. The problem, of course, is that the burden of fixing the country and helping it reach its full potential inevitably falls upon the shoulders of the next generation of leaders, the current youth, the proverbial leaders of tomorrow. Yet, the more you look, the more it becomes painfully obvious that we, the so-called leaders of tomorrow, have all been so poorly educated as to the true workings of the country that the majority of us don't even know how the things we are supposed to fix work. It is so easy to point out a ton of problems. Terribly high unemployment rates, police brutality, political suppression, crippling foreign exchange, tribalism, nepotism, and so on in that manner. Yet, coming up with a solution for any of these problems usually involves some dried out cliche, full-on stammering, talking in circles without actually arriving at any particular point, or spouting some ridiculously idealistic, extremely quixotic solution that lacks any possible application in the real world. And we do this not because our intentions are bad, but because, despite the obvious profundity of our problems, their solutions are elusive and almost non-existent. Because we don't even really know how anything works. We are bringing a knife to a lightning war, so to speak. There are 4 kinds of Nigerians. The dreamer who thinks everything will ultimately fix itself somehow. The pessimist who has resorted to only looking out for himself and his family. The indifferent with good intentions but who just can't be bothered anymore. And the well-meaning Nigerian who will do anything for a solution but just can't find it anywhere. Our aim at how Nigeria works is to arm the well-meaning Nigerians with the necessary artillery to fight the ongoing war for the country's soul. A war which, by the way, is just about to reach its defining moment. Now, this artillery we seek to provide will not necessarily guarantee success, but it will damn sure make failure anything but a foregone conclusion. This artillery, above any other, will give you a fighting chance. And the artillery is none other than understanding. Genuine, profound, unforced understanding of how Nigeria works. We don't purport to have the ultimate solution, but maybe, just maybe, by the time you're done here, you may find yourself, for the first time, being able to ask the right questions. And if you really pay attention, maybe even ultimately, able to figure out the solution for yourself. So why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on notification, and brace yourself as you embark upon this wonderful journey with us.